So I am doing a special, ultra special one, little vlog rant thingy for all you wonderful people. Well, it's one so far, but you know what? It's kind of a general thing. As you can see, I didn't really pretty myself up too much. I don't really care to. You don't really deserve it. I'm gonna hop around a bit. If you're a Christian or you are a traditional type person, I think I explained this in one of my other videos, and your general viewpoint is one of ignorance. In other words, if you think that because gay people are allowed to marry, that people are going to want to marry their pets or little children, then you can just go away. This is the last video of mine you need to watch. Do not watch any other ones. Because if you are so set, if you are so determined to be in that mindset, to never really listen to anybody else's opinions, and if you are so dumb, would be that, that's not the nice way to put it, but really you're just vapid. If you were that just clueless about the world, to actually believe that that is even a remote possibility, then you're really not worth the time that I put into my videos. Because I'm actually interested in discussing more intellectual topics, and that's one of the reasons why I don't have the green screen up right now. It's just because it's a pain in the ass to try and do all that, and you know, you want to make it look nice, but then to a certain degree it's just more of a pain in the ass just trying to get, you want to get your message up there, you want to get your information up there. And I've actually looked at Google videos. I'm sorry, but considering the fact that, I mean, I'm going off on a topic here, or tangent, but Google videos you can upload pretty much any file size, length, whatever, and YouTube you can't, but YouTube is owned by Google. Figure that one out. Anyways, the point is I was getting barraged by some messages. The messages were that, that people are going to get married, blah, blah, blah. The point is, marriage, the union of two adults in a loving bond or just in a bond period, is a contract. Now, if the church wants to claim sole responsibility or be the proprietors of marriage and the religious aspect of it, that's fine with me. But the fact is that marriage right now is the only thing that affords all the rights to people. And if gay people are allowed to be married, then the problem arises that you need some secular form of marriage that is recognized by the government. Now, the church can hang on to the word marriage, but you need to make something that is exactly the same, and something that not only gay people could enter into, but heterosexual people who don't necessarily want to go with the religious route could enter into as well. Now, this brings about the obvious, that I'm going to want to marry a kid and my cat, Brooklyn, because, he's just fucking hot. But it's not the case. I'm sorry, but we're talking, when we say we want gay marriage, we're talking about two adults, fucking woot, two adults, and I want to go check. We're talking about two adults, 18 or older, who want to get married. The same applies under whatever applies right now. I think it's 16 with parental consent. That'd be fine, because it's the same. It's equal. It's equality. That's how equality works. See, equality doesn't say, well, because the majority's religious viewpoints are different than what yours are, that trumps equality. No, equality is equality, and it stays equality. So if you can't understand that concept, or if you feel that your religious values or your traditional view of things, and the fact that nothing should ever change, the fact that you still want to drive a Model A, the fact that, you know, you were happy, you know, tapping away on the telegraph to let someone know, or smoke signals, you know, whatever floats your boat, then don't listen to any of my videos, don't watch any of my videos, don't comment on any of my videos, because your intelligence is so far lacking that it's pointless for me to make an effort to even respond back, because I'm never going to get the point across. You're never going to be able to grasp what I'm trying to tell you. Pointing case is the last person to commented on one of my videos. He made mention of the whole, you know, you want to marry your whatever. The fact that homosexuals are, you know, the sole purveyors of pedophilia, which isn't the case. I'm sorry, but psychiatrists have studied them more than I have ever have, more than this person ever has. And the fact is that it's mostly heterosexual males. And it's not just the other males, the little boys they're interested in. It's also the little girls they're interested in. And it's not just the males, it's also the females. And it's not just the heterosexual, it's also the gay, but it's not solely the gay. So to say that it's merely the gay and that we're going to invoke this whole wrath of, you know, pedophiles roaming the earth, I mean, it's ridiculous. He even pointed out the fact that, you know, well, pederasty, which I think is, I forget what the demarcation, the differentiation is between pedophilia and pederasty. There's something in there. I've read it up on it before. That because of pederasty on the Wikipedia page has a LGBT portal on it, that it's sponsored by LGBT. Now, LGBT isn't a group. There are many LGBT groups all across the country. And I mentioned that until he pointed out the fact that there was an LGBT portal, I didn't even know there was one. I didn't even know there was one on Wikipedia. I didn't even know there were portals on Wikipedia. I mean, I've checked out Wikipedia a few times, but I didn't know that. So to say, to somehow draw and infer from that that LGBT people support pedophiles is like, what? That's like saying that somehow, okay, there's a Doritos ad on the side of a bus, so all bus drivers must like Doritos, or people who ride buses must like Doritos. No, it's just there. And maybe someone at some point thought that, you know, it's more closely associated with homosexuals than it is with heterosexuals, and hadn't done the research on the fact that it isn't. But, you know, that's not the be-all end-all of the discussion. I'm sorry. And if you're going to take it that way, then you need to do a little more research. And obviously, some of you out there just aren't interested in putting forth that effort. And if that's the case, then you're not looking for any sort of discussion. What you're looking for is an argument. What you're looking for is to push your views on me. Now, I have my own set of views, and they've been developed, and through knowledge, through reading, through, you know, looking on the web, all that sort of stuff adds to my knowledge. It modifies my viewpoint. It creates a more full picture of how I see the world. But if you don't come from that same kind of idea where you're always looking for knowledge, or looking more information. It may not be information you want to hear, maybe it may not be information that necessarily jives with what you think. But the problem is that when you don't want to hear it at all, because regardless of whether or not you want to hear it or not, it's information. Now, maybe it's not from a valid source or whatever, but these are all things to consider. And if you're not interested and you're not coming from that viewpoint, then it's pointless for me to discuss anything with you. And if that is the case, then you can, at the end of this video, you can click the little close tab to your browser or to the tab that I'm in and never look at my stuff again, because I would be quite fine with that. I just looked at my microphone just to make sure it was on, because it'd be entirely pointless. I'm talking all the time and nothing's recording. But anyways, I digress. So yeah, that is the end of my story. And if you are one of those people, I hope to have many meaningful discussions with you, deliberations, long talks, long walks on the beach, holding hands, you know, whatever. But yeah, so I'll catch you later. Or maybe not.